some TV in Yama or Bibia Aquaba, best and there. And I first time about channel no so modern service subscribe now while I keep video no so a day at my nebusa no more air casa lawyer Paul Adam watch the and all pencil and there Okudzetos Ablakwa and a tenancy letter a better a month and no and one really and send me now and so a day ama Ghana for now. It was here and Chebia Vetina a course so our parliamentar. Okudzetos Ablakwa Bisano questions I would do a honorable Afenyo marking. It's me Bisano questions I would do a been say the residential status no they want some to say Okudzetos Ablakwa. It's we say Bibia Wateno or Recte. Airport hills are the most expensive residential area Ghana. Now, Ebusia, who says it can do Okudzetos Ablakwa, it's a month, close to $8,000. On one casa, the sole income as a member of parliament, close to 15,000 Ghana cedis. But yet, then, and would to meet here $8,000 a month. So, calculation way, and a Ghana for a year, basic and there, amount to me, NTA as year. Na nebusia eno na namus wo Okudzetos Ablakwa actually edema real estate managers for airport sales hono mo release the tenancy letter bia ebusia aboto a month na eno na lawyer Paul Adam actually pense letter ne mu a ende o reveal secret ahodo and send baby na enso de amaya ebusia enye asaketwa na mepese ebeko na yakotie lawyer Paul Adam Ochre. Nisem bia wo de tu da ene se de wo pense letter ni mo ekeka na nsem ewo yenko ye ba de omu bia ye de beto so.
Are the three questions that the Honorable Foreign Minister, the Honorable Okudzetos Ablakwa, must answer. There are three questions he must answer. Sometimes Ghanaian politicians like to take us for granted quite a bit, but this is really unfair. It's unfair for the Foreign Minister to be telling us the things he's telling us with the documents that he has put out, suggesting that the documents give him a clean bill of health. Anyway, let's get to it and understand. What are the three questions that Ghanaians are asking? So the first thing is, what is the question Parliament asked? What is the question Parliament asked of Okudzetos Ablakwa, the Foreign Minister? What is the concern of Ghanaians? That's the second thing we need to understand. So Parliament asks a question, and then Ghanaians express concern. We are trying to understand, what is the question Parliament asks? What are the concerns of Ghanaians? And the last one is, what is the answer to the question on the money? These are the questions that Ghanaians ask. So let's go through the process. So Ablakwa says in his defense that he has some documents from Finale, the people who manage Airport Hills, that the house he's staying in is truly rented. So the Honorable Foreign Minister set out to show that the house that he lives in at the most expensive address in Accra is rented. It's being rented for 10 years. So let's go to the video first. Let's get back to the vetting, Afenyo Makin and Ablakwa, and then we'll build it up and go through these questions and see why and see how the Foreign Minister is taking Ghanaians for granted. The Honorable Foreign Minister is taking everybody for granted. I'm totally shocked as to the information he gave and wants to suggest to us that this gives him a clean bill of health as the Honorable Foreign Minister. I think this is completely embarrassing. Have a look at this video.
Is it your own property?
No, I am renting. I'm a tenant.
Airport Hills is dollar rented zone. Are you aware?
Honorable Member, can we have a clarification of dollar rented? Because in Ghana, we use cedi. So I don't understand a dollar rented property. Does it mean you pay the rent in dollars?
Fundamental question is that the rent that is paid in the rented apartment of the best address in Accra is what was an issue. How much rent is being paid? And we alleged that they cannot be rented. It actually doesn't make any sense at all for anyone to rent it. Any politician who comes to tell us that he's been renting property in Trasaco, Airport Hills, you should take it with a pinch of salt. Because that's what it is. You must take that with a pinch of salt. The total amount of money he's paid for rent in 8 years can buy many houses. The question Ghanaians are asking is, how much money have you committed to this rent? And that doesn't come up in his defense. He doesn't defend himself on that in any way. He doesn't show the tenancy agreement. He brings quite important documents from Finale. It does not mention anything about how much money he's paying. The question we are asking the foreign minister is that you are a politician. We know your salary. How are you able to live this way? Because you are a politician and you live on the people's money, you are accountable to the people. And the people are either through parliament, through media, through something. But the most authoritative area where the people's concerns can be raised is in the floor, at the floor of parliament. Now, the concern of Ghanaians is that a politician who has not had any extensive corporate experience, but has worked hard in politics, like the Honorable Foreign Minister, who has come through politics, and now rents a place for 8 years since 2017 during the period that he's in opposition. How does that work? What is he telling us? And then you bring the, let's go to the documents, please. Let's look at the documents that came. So here are the documents that came. This is Honorable Ablakwa was writing to Finale Limited, and that's the people who manage the airport hills. He wrote the letter and said that so request for confirmation of my residential status at plot number Boulevard Airport Hills. And he writes and says that on 31st, I responded to an invitation from the appointment committee to be vetted as Minister for Foreign Affairs. During the vetting proceedings, questions arose about my residential address, the nature of my occupancy, and the ownership of that address. I am by this letter granting consent to Finale Limited, the managers of Airport Hills, to provide information to the appointment committee stating my residential status. In the spirit of full disclosure, kindly be at liberty to also indicate the owner of the property in issue, with the hope that the owner of the property shall consent, the size of the land, and your policy on rental. This is where the dishonesty is. In these 4 lines, he said, in the spirit of full disclosure, what are Ghanaians looking for? Ghanaians are looking for how you have found money in excess of $1 million or nearly $1 million United States dollars in the situation that you are as a member of parliament since 2017 to pay for rent. And then you say full disclosure, you exclude the money, you say that they should tell us the owner of the property. What do we care about the owner of the property? They should tell us who the owner of the property is, and they should also tell us the policy on rent. Are you taking us for granted, Foreign Minister? We don't want to know the policy. We want to know where you got the money from. And we want to be sure that that money is not taxpayers' money that has been pilfered. That's the problem. This evening, I heard Ablekuma's story. Apparently, both presumptive winners have put up billboards thanking people for voting for them. One of the ladies, I'm not sure whether it's NPP or NDC one of them spoke to Joy FM. She sounded very intelligent. She said that she's thanking them for voting anyway. She's not saying she won or she didn't win. The thank you is not to say thank you, I won. It's to say thank you for voting for me. On that note, maybe Dr. Baumiatu can do a thank you tour across the country. Says, thank you for voting for me. I'm not thanking you for voting for me so that I won, but you voted for me anyway because I got some votes in it. All right, let's get to the touch screen and see what the lawyer